What is up, baby dolls? I want to ask you a question. How bullish are you on PulseChain? I know the whole community is still waiting for a positive price reaction after Bitcoin slaps 73,000 American dollars. I have breaking information for you. Richard Hart implying there's going to be a PulseChain Layer 2, rumors of upgrades and stuff, speculation. Now, what I've done is I'm going to show you right now. This is Richard's tweet. I've actually got a poll here. I'm going to show you right now. So Richard's tweet. If you liked the recent Ethereum Denkun upgrade, I heard a rumor that it's coming to PulseChain too. Why? Because it's easier to include in PulseChain every upgrade Ethereum makes in PulseChain updates than it is to exclude any. Let's play some pump music. Of course, friends, it is what it is. What I told you is right. Maybe risk on. PulseChain is not a finished product, but they don't want it to be a finished product. They meaning you, which means you want to keep adding stuff. Oh, we're going to upgrade with Ethereum. We get all the upgrades. You see what I mean? That's why basically HEX-based money, store of value, that's the concept in here. That's why PulseChain HEX ratio risk on keeps outperforming, just like ETH BTC, okay? So here's the thing as well. He says, but sir, what if PulseChain goes up in price 14,000x? He goes, then L2. So I think Richard basically saw a tweet where someone said, hey man, if we went up 14,000x, then PHEX is now obsolete and you got to go make a new one anyway. And he's trying to dunk on that guy. He was basically saying, no, then you can just buy $1 of Pulse today. But the whole concept behind anybody even saying that, friends, I know, yeah, people, I know what happens, right? You get really, really emotional, and then you're seeing red candles, and then you see some people making all the noise, and you're like, oh, emotional, you're emotional. No, you got fingers pointing at yourself, emotional. No one's emotional here. So what actually is happening is the crowd is talking to Richard saying, hey, man, how can I be on board with like 15 years staking, like you really want us to do, when I couldn't see this Ethereum fee thing before, and you said it was a finished product, and then now there's a new product. Okay, that wasn't finished, there's a superior one. What if that happens again and I make kind of the wrong move? You know what I mean? And that's basically where everyone's coming from. But he basically just says, well, you can just buy $1 of Pulse and then you cover all the gas fees. But I think it's got nothing to do really with the gas fees. It's more the uncertainty. It's not even me speaking. That's why the market sold off after that in reaction. Okay, but he also says, no financial advice, past performance, no guarantee of future. So I ran a poll. I go, interesting. He goes, I heard a rumor of a layer 2 here and there. I don't know what that means. Is there someone else doing it? Which means there's insiders, friends. You know, layer 2s are just centralized chains. There's got to be a participation in there. You got one node and everything. You don't have this perfect world. I mean, like everyone even sees, like even PulseChain, there's a huge stack of the validators and stuff where just a couple of people own a lot at the very, very top. So I'm running a poll right now. It's actually live that you can see right here. It's actually live. Okay, so I've said, would you participate in a PulseChain sacrifice phase for PulseChain Layer 2? See Richard Hart's tweet below. Yes, same size, 18%. Yes, but tiny size. So people are just like, yeah, I'll throw a lottery ticket in it. 22%, oh, it's switching around. And then no, 60%. So basically, I'm going to see how that goes. It might be like 20, 20, and then 40 for 20, 20, 60. It might be 6%. Maybe because it is what it is right now. But what you basically, this is the thing, friends. All right, this is the thing. This is what you got to learn. All right, you got to learn from your friend here. Just observations, okay, observations. You might consider it FUD. It doesn't really matter. Who cares? All right. The facts are people are rational now. They're rational now. Is there any dopamine in you of greed? No, not a single one when it comes to holding these coins. So you're thinking with your brain now. All right, you're not thinking in your emotions. Now, most people have said no. 60%. It's still just started, right? But I'm just guessing. Well, who knows? Maybe it flips. But if overwhelming majority of people say no, right, and then no all tiny size. That's basically 83%, friends. If you add them up, 83% basically like you're not going to raise as much money as before. Okay, keep this in mind because you know what everybody thinks. Really, what everybody thinks. So, as your confirmed friend, I'm now going to tell you. All right, in the future, if we see PulseChain and PulseX screaming higher, and HEX, okay, everything's screaming high, all the Richard Hart core coins, if they're screaming up, wouldn't that be beautiful? And he does a sacrifice phase up the top. These are big numbers, by the way. These are really, really, really big numbers. But if he does do that, and everything goes up, I want you to think about the mania going on there. Because the people coming in, they will have no memories of your pain. They will not remember the pain of Richard twerking on stage, doing, oh, we're going to launch in May. No, we're not. And then HEX dumps. By the way, HEX was 19 cents back then, since May 2022. So its combined is like 1.6 or, 1.82 cents now-ish. Crazy, right? So it's still 90% down from when he said he was going to launch PulseChain. That's crazy. So everyone remembers that, okay? No, sorry, you remember that because you participated. But all those new people, they don't remember that. They don't remember the bear market part. They don't remember the delays and the changes. They don't remember the launch. They don't remember the launch. Everyone was excited, and then it just went bang, 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 bang. They don't remember all of that. They don't remember all the people exiting, all the paper hands. No memories of that at all. All they're going to see is green candles. They're going to feel the big emotion. Because what's going to happen is, I'm going to put this chart on, I'm going to take it off log. I'll put it on linear chart. This is all they're going to see. By the way, this is just a 10x, okay? They're going to see this. Whoa! You know what I mean? That's big. That's all they're going to see. They're not going to remember any of this, but they have no memories here. So it'll be interesting there if he does do something like that, where I run a poll again, or I go, oh, wow, everyone's participating. It was 80% pretty much didn't really want to participate, maximum lottery ticket. And now I wonder if that ratio flips. That's basically what we're going to be looking out for. I think that's the most fascinating thing at all. But you have to wait and see, right? You really have to wait and see. You can't just like jump into these and just expect that you're going to get like the full answer here and there, because what I'm trying to do, friends, is it's not about saying you are good or you are bad. I never say that. It's, are you cheap or are you expensive? What's the market doing? What are the ratios saying? Okay, people are trading stuff around each other. Okay, how are they considering stuff here and there? Okay, it's basically, you already know it in your mind, friends. For example, like everyone does relative value in their mind. You know that, right? We're always comparing. For example, if I say to you the word church, you think holy, and then I think nightclub, polar opposites, right? Complete polar opposites. You see what I mean? So if you wanted to take your family out, right? What do you think is going to have more families? Nightclubs or churches? You know what I mean? So you're just saying, oh, people are choosing. So you're not going out and fighting nightclubs. You go, hey, nightclub, you know what I mean? You don't have any families in here. You suck and stuff. It's not about that. That's how people are interpreting it. We go, no, on average, people choose to take their families to churches compared to nightclubs and strip clubs. Okay, that's not FUD. But imagine, here's the thing. If you own a nightclub, you'll be saying, hey, that's FUD, man. Come into my nightclub. Don't worry about these people. They're completely lying to you. They're trying to grift you. And you say, okay, give me a good reason why I should believe you just because you own a nightclub. Crickets. Okay, you know, it's the exact same thing, friends. Okay, so this poll, very, very interesting to see. And just how people will play out, maybe be like 40%, 60%, and then how it would change at the very, very tops. Because it's not about the good or bad or anything. It's who are you buying with? You understand? Who are you buying with? Believers or non-believers? That's the thing. Okay, so you are a believer if you were buying down here with me, okay? This is the best part of all. This is HEX delist PulseChain down here. Eric Wall, Max FUD. Eric's been FUDing the whole time, by the way, but there's like, yeah, Max FUD. Play. You are a complete believer, all right? Complete believer buying down there. So if we went up, I mean, people talking about 14,000x. If we went up, whatever the number we want to go to, and then people are getting in here and they go, you know what? I think sacrifice phase is good. We're guaranteed to make money. You just got to wait. You just got to wait. If they do that, now you know, when you were rational, you didn't want to get in. Now that the dopamine is through your brains because everything's been going up and Richard has Ethereum spot ETF trade has finally worked and he's pumping the profits in. Now that you're seeing that, you are basically saying, okay, now it's a great idea. You're like, wait, interesting. You're completely impacted. That's it. Friends, people love selling bottoms. They love selling bottoms and saying everything's FUD. And they love buying the tops as well. Okay, and saying everything's the future funds. We know that's market cycles, right? How do we play this? You can't really play anything from now. But just to be honest, they're just words. They're just words, you know? Like, I've made a video on it already telling you, oh, we're going to have a layer 2 and this and that. You know what I mean? Like, you want to get in before there's exchange listings, okay? You want to get in PulseChain ecosystem before there's exchange listings, before there's a layer 2, before there's the sacrifice even starting, right? But look, here's another thing as well. It depends how many people we get, because you can talk all day, but at the end of the day, right, you can keep speaking all you want. Everyone knows what happened here. Everyone now. All right, everyone knows Bitcoin topped. Somebody magically rotated a lot of profits somewhere. And we also had Mr. Rector Michelle. I think RG3 in the stream, please, don't quote me, but I heard it was speculation or something that Mr. Rectum contributed to this pump to get everybody to FOMO into PulseChain and stuff. So you see, friends, it's dangerous. That's all. I'm not telling you the product is good or product is bad. I'm just telling you, you have to know who you're buying with. If you're holding, you're buying with that person. Are they skeptical? Are they worried? Good. That means you have more to go. Are they completely confident? Watch out. That's euphoria. Okay? Because look, man, I don't have to tell you, man. Like, I can even show you right now. If you want to just see, okay, how much is total HEX? Total HEX price, friends, is 2 cents. Okay, and it was just ticking at 1.7 cents. So just see this chart. It's 2 cents. You and your copy, like, it's still down, man, from this period. So all I'm telling you is, I know a lot of people get upset measuring from the top. Okay, no, friend, I'll measure however I want, because I'm trying to teach you a lesson. All right, because if you miss selling, you're going to regret it. Some people end their own lives. Check out what happened to Luna. Unfortunately, people jumped off buildings, friends. God rest their souls. Because what they're doing is they're quoting, humans quote off that. So I'm trying to say, well, how can I help you? All right, I'll measure up the top so you know how dangerous it is to hold through euphoria. You know, people, you don't have to listen. I don't really care. I'm not selling anything, friends. So I'm just telling you right now. However, if you want to see, when was the PulseChain sacrifice? It was here. Okay, so let's say we never got this 55 cent mark. You are still all the way up to March here, where is 2 cents? Remember, 2 cents combined we're looking at. So it's been 980 days and you're down 90%. It's okay. Just think about that. I'm not me. Like 980 days, friends, is 2.7 years pretty much. And you're down 90%. Well, that's a long time, man. I mean, there's always like throwing salt in the wounds. Bitcoin is $73,000 and Ethereum touches 4,000. Okay, so you just got to prepare. Oh my gosh, if there's euphoria at the end of this year or 2025, and I'm hopping into anything, a big ICO, a big IDO, a big sacrifice, whatever. If you're hopping in and there's just insane demand, okay, you don't even know what insane demand is. You think everyone's getting a good deal. No, when everyone gets a good deal, no one gets a good deal. As you learn that the first-hand experience way with this the past week, right? So that's what basically happens. Now, looking at all these factors, you can't really do anything now except what I've done is not financial advice. I bought more Pulse. I bought more PulseX. And yes, you guys dumped the crap out of eHEX. I bought more. I have leverage on PHEX. So I've seen so many hilarious conspiracy theories, friends. I didn't have eHEX a lot before the Richard Hart FUD tweets. Also, a lot of people trying to say, like, if PHEX goes up, like, I lose or something. No, I don't lose, friends. I have leverage on PHEX. Do you understand? Like, setting up PHEX more. We want the whole ecosystem to go up. I think what a lot of people are doing is they're just wrestling with reality, because the truth is, like, everyone's watching the bridge, and you're seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and Coinbase, and all these other layer 2s and Arbitrum. They're getting adoption, and people are playing around. But PulseChain, we're slow in that department. Okay, everyone can see. You don't have to, you know, from the prices and everything. Okay, so what people are doing is they're trying to basically say, I got the best ratio. I got this going on here, right? So they're basically trying to do that, and then basically self-cannibalization a bit. But a few green candles fixes everything. So that's what I just wanted to tell you, man. PulseChain sacrifice. So we don't know, man. Maybe, friends, this is the thing. There's the possibility that people don't want to participate much in this sacrifice. Maybe he does a layer 2 chain and it doesn't raise that much. All right, that's what you want to see. So maybe you're expecting $1 billion. Maybe it only raises 200 million. And you're like, you only raised 200 million, but the sacrifice phases for PulseChain and PulseX raise like 600 million and then like 1.1 billion. Like huge, man. 1.8 billion for them too. This one's only 200 million. I'll take that. You see that? I'm thinking about, there's not that many people want to get into it. But I would never doubt Richard Hart as well. You know what I mean? Never doubt him at all. Like he would never do anything like that unless he was like super aggressive in the marketing. Because remember I told you guys, I made a video last year. Sacrifice phases with unlimited pools, you lose. And I lose. You lose. Okay, you lose. You know you lost a lot. Because, why? It's because when everyone gets a good deal, no one gets a good deal. All right? When everyone's early, no one's early. That's another way to think about it. And it's because of the incentives. So the person running the sacrifice, their incentive is to grab every single weak hand they can think of. From Bitcoin, from Ethereum, from Binance, from Polygon, non-believers, pro-believers, everyone else. And you guys, everyone threw their families in. Okay, everyone threw their families in. And basically, so that they're having big incentive to get all the money in. All right? But your incentive isn't to join with everybody else. You're incentivized. If you want to win the game, okay, it's to basically try to be in early, but you can't be in early to these. So maybe he does another mechanic. Maybe, friends, I don't even know if there's going to be a sacrifice, but I'm just throwing it out there just so we can explore these mechanics here and there. So it's just fascinating to see a lot of these things play out. But really, at the end of the day, I mean, you still have, look, this is just another thing to worry about. So I'm not worrying, but like, you know, PulseX is still 27% below day one sac, and Bitcoin had a full bear market and then broke the high at 73K. So, you know, there are consequences for your actions when it comes to any duration of time you're holding anything or here and there. Okay, so yeah, you got to take responsibility for everything, friends. You can't, no one's going to feel sorry. I'll speak up for people who get wrecked. Yes, I'll always be that voice to speak up, even though I get accused of like having their bags. No, man. Okay, so we'll always be there. However, at the end of the day, you're not entitled to shit. All right, I'm not entitled to anything. We're lucky this stuff even works. It's funny. Oh man, this is a lot of people even asking me, real life friends, internet friends, everyone's just asking me, hey, what if Richard doesn't rotate profits into PulseChain at all? What if he basically just does like 5% of it and then just sits on it and does nothing and you waste the whole cycle? And I'm like, that's a risk, bro. I can't tell you it's not going to happen. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, I really have no idea. It's just, I got my bets placed, friends. That's it. I got my bets placed. It is what it is, okay? That's how you have to go through these. Yeah, because we have that uncertainty. So this is what I've realized is when I see uncertainty, I run into it because I'm like, oh, if I can battle through that, I get a big reward. Whereas when other people see uncertainty, 99% of the crowd, they go, FUD, I can't stand it. You're FUDing this up and down, left, right. Oh my God, FUD. Yes, we completely get it. You are the crowd. I understand. I'm just trying to tell you how to be in tune with your emotions. Okay, when I see FUD, I go, cool. Look at all these bad things that everyone's saying. If we can figure that out, sweet, just take some time and it weeds out, okay? So a lot of these things, you know exactly how they're playing out, all right? There's a lot of things to be bullish on. I wonder how the market's going to interpret these. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, and I'll catch you soon.